Hey everybody, it's Nikhil and I'm back with another reaction video. So this video today is from Triple OC. This is These Rappers Are Desperate. On the thumbnail it is Nelly and Snoop Dogg. So you know what she's talking about. She's talking about the inaugural ball. The inauguration of Donald J. Trump, how they performed there. This hurt me a bit because I'm from St. Louis. And y'all know Nelly from St. Louis, and this is what he was partaking in. And then also Kendrick mentioned how Snoop is more than likely on these edibles, got him all messed up in his actions. So he then took an edible, then agreed to do the inauguration. Like, what's really happening? But also, a lot of people that comments that I've seen on it on social media is like, this is a class thing. Like these rappers are rich, they in a different bracket, and them being there would appeal to a certain demographic of their fan base. So it could just be that, but it is pretty out of touch when y'all grew up in the streets and y'all was rapping like that, and what we know y'all to be. It's pretty different from what you are now to accept something like this. But I digress. Money be green, and you know they don't be caring. So, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends, and let's see what's going on.
It's been a pretty interesting couple of days. Takana Toxin has had a funeral and resurrection
Same
over the
day.
course of a weekend. The inauguration happened just a few hours ago, and your favorite old head Unk rappers were most definitely in the building performing.
Soldier
But
Boy
one thing that I'm trying to figure out is why people are so surprised at this recent switch up with these legendary rappers that we know and love,
and Rick
showing us a
Ross.
side of them that we really aren't used to seeing. Perhaps the thing is, this has been the real them all along, or maybe it's not that big of a deal. So, when it comes to Snoop Dogg, Nelly, and the way that rap audience
Okay, I'm trying to group these group of rappers together. Most of them, all of them, are from the past. Their prime was in the past. Yeah, they got money. Yeah, they got dealings, and they're made known for what they did in the past, but they not dropping nothing right now for real. Like ain't nobody really checking for them. I mean, like Snoop just dropped, but like, are we really checking for them? But like, also like this Donald's age, so maybe he probably listened to them back in the day or something. And he was like, I want y'all to come, or he was just trying to get anybody that was black or a rapper to come to participate. But also, it's just like where how you think this is a good idea? I'm trying to figure out, are they seeing this as like promotion? Like some people and their morals and their values, they won't do it regardless. But since they aren't popping like that, or they haven't been posting as much music, or they kind of in the sidelines, like we can see them sometimes as legends of what they do from what they did in the past, nothing recent, obviously. Or they trying to reignite that fire because I feel like people from other countries are looking at this as well. So is it just they just self like is it selfish? Like I just need to do this for me. I need me some more money. I need to get my name back out there. Or do they really just don't care? Whatever they said they were just gonna do. Like I'm trying.
audiences will view them after these
Oh
performances,
Shanti.
you know I want to talk about it. But first, welcome to the channel. Hey, hi,
This is
was Amberly.
thumbnail,
I'm C,
y'all.
and I do rap and pop culture
She's
commentary. So if you're into that, subscribe and
this is thumbnail. Where she find these pictures of them? That's a lot of money on his ear and his neck. Sheesh.
hit the like button. Now, if you want to come and take a ride with me, meet me at the inauguration performing for DJT. I'm going to keep it real and say when I saw that Nelly and Snoop Dogg would be performing at events surrounding the 2025 inauguration on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the first thing I thought to myself was, what the hell? And then the second thing was, this actually doesn't seem out of character for either of these artists to do. So,
No.
what's all the hoopla? Now, if you find yourself thinking, why? The easy answer is if you're a musical artist that was offered to perform at an event as huge as the inauguration, no matter who the
Huge.
president is, which is sure to come with a hefty payment, and increase exposure to different audiences
I just said that.
and something that looks good on your resume,
I said
why the
that.
heck not?
Yeah.
But see, it's the last part that really sticks out. Because when it comes to this particular inauguration, we not gonna act like this decision couldn't be a death sentence to the support you receive from certain fans and a black card revoked. Word on the street was that Snoop Dogg, Soulja Boy, and Rick Ross were all booked for performances at the pre inauguration crypto ball, while Nelly was set to perform and take the stage at the Liberty Ball after all of the festivities. And it's crazy because the majority of these artists have flip flopped their political stances, which feels all the more
Uh-huh.
embarrassing. Now, I first want to start with Snoop Dogg. So, while all of these big names in
Yeah.
cryptocurrency are celebrating the new president, drinking cocktails, and getting their money's worth, okay, these tickets were priced as high as 5,000 bucks. They also got to indulge in the musical stylings of Snoop Dogg, who performed tracks like Journey's Don't Stop Believin', Bob Marley's Don't Worry About a Thing, and of course some of his classics like Drop It Like It's Hot.
My bad, this is blurry. I got this new camera. I'm about to take it back. He just dropped the album, y'all. I don't know. I wanna disassociate who they are from what they're doing. He just dropped the album. I don't know how the sales are doing, but I didn't listen to it. I did not listen to Snoop Dogg album. He got a song with Janae, and I heard a little bit of that. But who's listening? He needed a push. I just wish you could have got a push somewhere else. Like this is a this is a very very important and charged election. Like this is one like no other because you know the first time Trump was elected, like we was like, wow, we shouldn't have did that, But he's allowed back in this space, even after being a felon or all these accusations and what they did to the White House. What he allowed, he's back with Project. I can't say that. I can't say these things. I'm not going to get political, but yeah, it must just be money and exposure. I don't know. Such a bad look, especially what Snoop said before. I think she's gonna talk about it in the video. So let's see.
According to a few articles, this performance was all about sending a positive yet inspirational message through music. And if you're wondering, Ong had to perform and DJ. And listen, this isn't super far fetched. Maybe he wanted all the money to himself,
Yeah.
or they specifically requested that he DJ and rap his set, or maybe his DJ was like, nah, bruh, you handle that. And
Okay.
that was one of the funniest things to me. Like, yeah, nigga, go ahead and rap and DJ for us. Make sure not to miss a beat though. And I'm gonna have to agree with some of these comments that say the audience does not look impressed at all. But I guess that doesn't really matter when the check is being cut. I gotta say that Snoop Dogg was the most predictable out of these artists to go through with performing at the inauguration. And the number one reason why is because he's an old head. My thought is the older that a rapper gets, whether that be age wise or even if they've been in the game for a long time, they eventually completely stop caring about what people think when it comes to their decisions, and they're much more likely to hop on opportunities with larger meal tickets attached. Snoop Dogg has been in the industry for over 3 decades. There's no way you can tell him what is and isn't acceptable for him to do. And this is why we
Hmm.
see so many artists get older and start acting a little more coonish. Which brings me to the second reason why Snoop likely hopped on this opportunity: acceptability and proximity to, yeah, I'ma say it, whiteness and wealth. Listen, I love me some Uncle Snoop, but like any other rapper who has gone from the rags of the hood to the riches of Hollywood, his money moves and the way he has conducted business have been very strategic over the past couple of years. As someone who watched the rise of Snoop and Martha Stewart in the early 2000s, And seeing their friendship form in 2008 over making mashed potatoes up
Yeah.
until the present day with them doing commercials and ads together, the media has pushed this unlikely affectionate duel between the two. It's almost like this companionship was planned. It gave both of them access to new audiences and
Yeah.
changed the way we view them. So it's clear when you look at Snoop, he's been focused on nurturing the relationships that are beneficial to him. Linking up with Martha, just like Trump, is a power and money move. It doesn't feel personal at all, but we all know that longtime fans of Snoop are looking at him doing this performance and being unable to separate the music and the actions from the
I'm
person
having a
when
hard
all just
time.
out here trying to make sure
Y'all just saw me struggling. I'm having a hard time. I want to understand. But maybe understanding something like this is out of my tax bracket.
that if one of the homies gets in trouble, they can possibly get away scot free with the help of Prez. Way back in 2021, Snoop Dogg thanked Donald Trump for pardoning Death Row Records founder Michael Harrio Harris, who was serving
Oh,
time for attempted Bobby
sorry,
Shmurda
y'all.
and snowflake
Taking
trafficking.
it back.
After 33 out of 40 years being served, he was pardoned on the very last day that Trump was in office during his previous term. And y'all know how it go. He got free, turned into a community activist, and supported Trump fully, saying that he helped underserved communities. And as a result, last January, Snoop Dogg said that he had nothing but love and respect for Trump, a sentiment we've heard from so many different rappers after he helped the homies out, granted clemency to artists like Kodak and Lil Wayne, for example. So it's no surprise that Snoop was in good company at the Crypto Ball event because a few other rappers were in the building, including the biggest boss and Mr. I Did It First. As you can imagine, social media was going crazy after seeing these three pop up at the event, especially after each of them denounced Trump in the past. Even Snoop. Rick Ross, meanwhile, shared his disdain for Trump supporters in a social media video last year, calling people delusional for wanting Trump back when he knew all they wanted was them pandemic checks. However, he claims that he wasn't performing at the inauguration events. He was simply booked for a private gig. And as for Soldier Boy, back in 2019, he slammed Kanye West for supporting Trump, claiming that that is not right. But here we are in 2025, and he straight up went online after the performance, showing off his stacks of money, saying that Obama and Kamala never called him or put money in his pockets. So why wouldn't he answer the phone for a gig like this? Now, the one artist I don't recall talking bad about the upcoming president is
Nelly.
Nelly, and I hate to say it, but he seems to be the one mocked the most for this entire ordeal.
I'm
Although he
angry.
did say that he isn't political at all and that this performance is not about endorsing Trump, but that it's simply an honor for him to perform for the President of the United States, regardless of who is in office. He also said that he was unfazed about the backlash because he's been criticized for most of his career. And I'm gonna say that while he has had some bumps in the road, this doesn't exactly help. This is the same Nelly who was arrested not too long ago at a casino for
Yeah.
a previous traffic violation. And if you can remember, he has some X pills on him as well, which is not a good look because this is also around the same time where I feel like everyone sort of crafted Nelly into the rapper that finally settled down with his sweetheart,
With
patching things up with
baby,
Ashanti, having a new
everything.
baby on the way. It almost felt like settling down with her improved his image, but I feel like women do this for a lot of rappers. If we're keeping it real, Beyonce made Upgrade You for a reason. But here we are, top of the year, and not only do you have people looking at you sideways, but people are also withdrawing support from Ashanti. And a lot of people are saying, well, maybe it's about the money. Nelly literally just sold half of his music catalog for $50 million. Unk Few ain't hurt for nothing. At the end of the day, Nelly, like the rest of these artists, saw the benefits of performing at these events, likely as a meal ticket and a way to get in the new president's good graces. And then when I think about someone like Soulja Boy, who has turned into a clout demon over the past couple of years, I think that the money and the shock value was very appealing to him. But what can we say? I'm sure the next 4 years will reveal even more folks who are down to
Soldier
perform
Boy
at
don't
the White
care.
House events. But tell me what you think though. Do you look at these artists differently for performing at the inauguration? Or is it strictly business? If you were an artist and you got the opportunity, would you do
Or
it
the president.
solely for the money? I can't help but to think about how the internet dogged your girl Chrisette Michelle out way back in 2017 for performing for Trump. She was real life canceled and her career never recovered from that. So it's crazy how the public is so selective on who can be canceled for certain things now. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.
There's only a couple of y'all watching, and definitely just a few that made it this far. But for sure, I would love for us to talk about this in the comments. How do you really feel about these rappers for performing at the inauguration, or the inaugural party, or any other festivities, period, regarding President Trump in office? Is this being on Martin Luther King Day? How do y'all really feel? How are we supposed to take this? Where do we go from here? I don't know. I'm swayed because I can understand these these artists actually doing it because again they not in the limelight and money be green. But like I know if it was other artists, people would be a bit more upset. But also Snoop saying what he was saying, being mad at others when they uh did this for Trump, and then you turn around and go do the same thing for Trump. Like it's probably like Trump was like, "Oh, you was talking crap about other people doing it. Now I'm gonna throw you this bag. What you gonna do?" And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "Yeah." He's like playing in his face. Like that's I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Let's talk about it though. For sure, leave me comments on this one. I would love to know your viewpoint. Leave topics and other videos you'd like me to react to down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.